Don't worry, guys. I woke up just to do Market Watch for you. Wake me up inside, Sage. Make sure you guys smash the like crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Good morning. Dragon Hunter Mystery Pack is up from Kong's. You can get it. It has some cool Ancient Fairy Dragons, first edition, Unlim, and of course first ed and Unlim. It's kind of a cool little concept, actually. I know somebody out there is going to want some Ancient Fairy Dragon, so if this is something that you are in fact interested in, I will leave a nice little link below so you guys can check it out. Stardust Chronicle Spark Dragon. I don't even remember what this card does, man. It's a tuner synchro monster plus one or more non-tuner synchro monsters to make this. Oh boy. This thing has to be synchro summon. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. Well, I guess that's why White Crimson Dragon exists. And once during either the player's turn, you banish a synchro monster from your graveyard. This card is unaffected by other cards' effects for the rest of its turn. And if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle, the card effect can target one banished dragon type synchro monster, special summon it. You know, for a 3,000 attack point monster, I truly expected just a little bit more for this. But when you come down here to your sales data, somebody in the last couple weeks has been picking these up. This card is very far and in between on actual sales to reflect on itself, but it is a 5D's manga promo. And unfortunately, a lot of these old manga promos, they just don't exist right now. The original, we got the, I guess it was technically the reprint for it, right? Because, what was this, for the special edition? This thing's got a decent amount of sales. So, now you know about Stardust Spark Chronicle Dragon, lol. Cosmic Quasar, not Blazar Dragon. Quarter centuries for these are actually decently down right now from, you just see it fall off a cliff here. I love that. $25, $26, $27, $28 for cheap listings, and then you go back up. You don't really have any sale. I mean, you got a couple, but like, it's nothing too crazy. It's what you can target face cards on the field up to the number of monsters used for this card synchro summon +1, which means if you bring this out off Crimson Dragon, you're not getting anything off of it. And then, of course, you banish this synchro summon card, especially summon a Dragon synchro from your extra deck that requires 2+ tuner or non-tuner monsters to make it. So, I mean, it's okay if you're playing like more of the gas version of Yusei Fudo Synchro Turbo, but I'm not buying it. Hilariously enough, though, the Ultra is actually in like major disarray. There are only 20 listings available for the Cosmic Quasar Dragon itself. So, yes, actually, are there more Ultras available than QCRs? No, my gosh, we could have had a chance where they would have been tied. So, I mean, kind of interesting, I guess. Centurion cards. So, I don't know who needs to hear this or why you haven't listened to this up to this point, but Elven Notes are coming. All right, it's I can't tell you enough. These Centurion cards have been bouncing around out here quite a lot because of this upcoming interaction. Now, Centurion's not the only way to play them. I mean, you got Fiendsmith. You know, I've seen, you know what, just trust me. There's Fiendsmith, there's other Synchro Pile variants. Since I just woke up, my brain can't help me, but I've also saw, there's a good other couple of synchro variants out there, that have popped up with it, and it's interesting, but Emblems is coming in about $9. In terms of your sales data, I mean, 12.6 was a pretty big day, same thing with 12.5, so they have been rotating pretty strongly for the secrets. The rest of the Centurion stuff, I think one of the more interesting list that I have seen popping up was using, you play a pretty extensive package in this deck. All things considered to what you want to pick up. You know what, here, I got the list. All right. This is where you're going like with a 2-2 full split with the stand-ups and the emblems. if you were to want to go down said path, which I don't think is necessarily too bad in terms of your numbers. Obviously, you're playing Tree, but you got to be very careful when you're processing this. Obviously, you've got the pure version if you wanted to go with this and not touch the fiends or the extension good stuff, which does work out. There was also this. This is where you're also still playing the full extension packages and so forth. You also see the red supernova dragon down here. Obviously, having access to yield Baron to floor is kind of crazy. This also gives you, if you want to play like the prism package and so forth, to go down the elven notes route. You've got a couple of little interesting, choices to make on those interactions. There's also a killer, a cool tune version that popped up as well, which was really, really cool. You do see the rose whip down there, but it should give you some ideas as to, the different builds and things. But stand-ups, 47s to 50 still. Legatias are still 22s for QCRs, which is not bad. Primeras have dropped down pretty hard here, 29s, with Trudeas coming in at 25s. Even Oxwillas have actually considered some major dropping down here at 22s, which is not bad. MS coming in actually at 9s, but sadly nobody wants to play that card right now. Wake-ups have actually dropped down to 11, which is pretty strong. We do see Trudea still coming in about 7s as well. So, a lot of this has been pretty good. Primera is still coming in at 6s, and Trudea is actually still also coming in about 7s. Interesting. So, yeah, the state of your Centurion stuff, I am not surprised, people. I really am not. Opening of the Spear Gates. What in the world is going on here? We're $1.50 now per copy of these. Did I miss something that caused this card to spike back up? Because Ubel is seeing zero play right now. It's not even been a challenger to even think about Ubel, and suddenly we have this card spiking up to some interesting numbers. So, I don't know. That one's kind of interesting. Clockwork Knight. I wanted to include this because evidently in Europe on Card Market, I guess the lowest version of these are $5 for certain versions. I didn't get the chance to fact check that, but that was something one of my friends was telling me. It was you're lucky that Clockwork Knight is so cheap on the NA side, because on their side it's evidently more expensive. So I don't know, I guess that's something interesting I'll have to look into for research purposes. But all of our copies of Clockwork Knight are $2 minimum, which you already walk into the realm of $3 after shipping for these. So just something to kind of be aware of. Actually, it's kind of interesting just to see how this card has been holding up for the long term. I will say, though, the QCRs have been dropping back down. This is definitely a path where, we are seeing some droppage, which is good. Destiny Hero Malicious First Ed Aster Pack Phoenixes. Interesting. You're telling me that these are worth $15 a piece? Yeah, I guess we've reached a point now that these are worth something. Huh. I guess they always were going to be worth something. They're First Ed. Deck Devastation Virus from Flaming Eternity, not First Ed. Not Ultimate Rare. First Ed Super Rares are going to run you about $18, which is actually not too terrible to think about in the grand scheme of things, I guess. Gotta love OG cards. Mega Rock Dragon. This is $36 for a first edition. This totally makes sense. OG Ultimate Rares. It happens. So, what do you guys think about today's beautiful, beautiful market? It is an absolute dumpster fire like usual, but, things are moving around in different sectors, and we're making some progress, I feel like, on certain things. So please, take a second to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.